Spokenly.
Cloaked in the shadows.
Spokenly.
Cloaked in the shadows.
Amanda,
Andy,
what are we doing today?
we're doing something we've never done before.
And what's that for the world that listening?
We're combining podcasts.
Yeah, a simulcast. That's a good word, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because what we're doing today, folks, is obviously you may know me, Amanda, through not the TV guide, but that's not on today, is it? So,
No.
but we're combining podcasts. What are the podcasts we're combining?
Cloaked in the shadows.
First of all, what is Cloaked in the Shadows?
It's a podcast where we usually cover paranormal, alternative, strange things, sometimes technology as well.
Yeah, this is a technology episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I said to you at the time when we agreed to do this podcast it's a simulcast really, because it covers up to spoken language territory, which is my author-artist sort of chat thing. Amanda is an author and an artist in her own right, and I wanted to talk to Amanda in something specific today, didn't we, as well?
Yeah, about AI.
Yeah, and if people know, obviously, we've Cloaked in the Shadows, we've done at least 2-3 episodes that have gone on straight into AI. This is a topic I think in terms of unspoken to hear by spoken language as well. Amanda.
Okay, so where do you want me to start?
Well, we have to be honest, say where it came from, don't we? So probably best that way. We don't name names, right?
Yeah.
So Amanda.
So we had an email from somebody wanting to be on podcast, and I read the blurb, and it just seemed to be obviously written by AI for a few different reasons that I'm going to sort of discuss.
Yeah, and I think it's an interesting one just to talk about because did you? And I don't want to name his writer, not kindness, right?
Yeah.
But when we were actually you pointed this one out to me, did it feel like it came from ChatGPT? Did it, or one of the variants?
Possibly ChatGPT. I've not got much experience with the different versions of it, but that seems to be the main one, and that's the one that I learned to use for work.
Yeah, so
which I'll get onto later.
Okay.
But I can mention little bits of the blurb, but obviously we're not going to mention the writer. Like there's a bit in the blurb that says spins his debut novel in engaging prose.
That's a bit flowery, isn't it?
Yeah. A nail-biting narrative whips along at a cracking pace as he conjures a host of eclectic characters underpinned by an inventive plot. And I'm going to discuss words that AI uses later, but underpinned is one that comes up a lot because for my freelance work I do a lot of editing that involves editing AI written content.
Yeah, it's not. Also, I said I bought my debut novel out recently, and I did use ChatGPT to help me edit it myself. I learned a lot from that. But yeah, I've noticed that myself. Why it's coming up on Amazon, wasn't it? If you actually co-crediting ChatGPT on it as a go-over.
Amazon is actually banning books that have been written by AI.
Oh, are they?
If it flags them down and realises. And I think the same as well with book covers if they're created by AI. Because we're both on a lot of Facebook groups, aren't we? And I've seen posts about people saying don't use AI covers because they'll get banned, and people are saying they've had the books taken down because they've used AI. And you can usually, this is a slightly different topic, wandering off topic now, because I was going to discuss the writing side of it,
which we'll come back to in a lot.
The artwork thing, one thing that gives it away is AI is not very good at hands, and it gets fingers wrong. So if you zoom into the picture, you might see someone's got either 3 fingers or 6 fingers, but not the right number of fingers anyway.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, right. So that's just a tip. Well, I might do another episode on this one. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I didn't know we was going to discuss this. So.
We'll make a note of that for episode whatever in the future. Right, we're here to put the writing side.
Yeah.
Of course, right.
Yeah, so anyway, I mentioned that I do this as part of my freelance work. I have to edit content that's been written by AI. And there's a lot of different words that have been annoying me recently, and I've seen posts in the group and people were discussing some of these words, and I was just nodding along reading it thinking, oh, so it's not just the content I've got to edit then, this is words that it just seems fixated on, because it's been trained in some capacity, which I'm not going to pretend I understand how it's been trained, but it's clearly picked up on certain words in its training. So there's one that really annoys me. It likes to use linchpin.
That's a weird word.
Yeah. So, like, for example, it'll say caterers are the linchpin of the hospitality industry, which just meaning like they're crucial in that industry. But it's like nobody would really use the word linchpin. I've never used it in my life. And it's only really the time I've come across it is when I've reading it in content that's been written by AI. And then there's also tapestry, which I don't think you should really use unless you're talking about embroidery. And that's usually used in the place of design, which design is definitely the better word to use than tapestry.
Yeah.
And then it also likes to use the words not only a lot. So, like, for example, it not only does this, it also does that, rather than just cutting out a couple of words and saying it does such and such and also. And it's like when you're copywriting, there's usually a word limit, and it might not sound much by cutting out maybe 2 or 3 words, but if it's using that like 10 times into the article, it all adds up.
Yeah, I think we have to clarify if you stop your copywriting content. Is that I know from living with you, people wonder you're a freelance copywriter, aren't you? So,
Yeah.
I know you can frequent articles. Tell people what sort of length you normally get, just to get that help in this.
Can be anything up to 2,500 words.
Yeah, and I've seen you do what, a couple of 100-word ones before, haven't you? So it's like,
Yeah.
So it shows really.
And if it's like the really extensive ones, it's like they can go over by a couple of 100 words. So if you're looking to cut words, that's one of the places you've got to start, really, like looking at what words are unnecessary.
Now, I don't want to name names, of course, but I know you've dealt with agencies before now that send, warning letters out saying they don't want them in AI, don't they? So.
Yeah, there was one which I have made some notes on, and I'm not going to name the agency, but they actually started using it for mainstream content and SEO content. And that was back in June when I got an email. And in their words, they said they use it on content that doesn't require a lot of knowledge. But it's like basically if you're writing content, it's like it all requires knowledge on some level. Even if you're just writing a list of like the most popular TV shows, you still need the knowledge about the TV shows.
Yeah, of course.
And there's also the fact that ChatGPT, I'm not sure about the other AI things you can use, doesn't have any knowledge of anything in the past couple of years. So if you're talking about like modern TV shows of 2022 or 2023, it's not going to tell you that because it doesn't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. So.
And it also said that for like product descriptions and things like that, it's going to use AI entirely without even getting people to edit the content.
There's been cases, haven't there, where I've seen articles in the Guardian, for example, on this, where big articles, where they proved that the information, they made information up, didn't it, as well? So.
Yeah, because back when they said about the product descriptions, I don't do those anyway, but I was just in that kind of mood. I actually went and like just got a random product from Amazon, asked it to write a product description of it. And the product description itself wasn't too bad. It's just a shame it was for an entirely different product, which is not very good if you're not getting anybody to edit it. And you're just going to publish that straight on the site.
Oops, yeah, that's true. God, yeah, I see what you mean.
But I also thought I'd include a recent example as well. So I asked it just to write a product example for a spine massager. And I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but I'll just show you the type of way it talks. It says, experience the next level of relaxation with the CN Herb cervical spine massager clip, crafted for those seeking effective pain relief and deep tissue massage. Okay, I'm really putting a silly voice on. Sorry. Okay. Crafted for those seeking effective pain relief and deep tissue massage. This innovative neck massager is a game changer in cervical spine healthcare. It's like a bit over the top, and it just gets worse from there. It starts using words that I really hate, like rejuvenating experience.
Oh, it's like I've just read it at 18, I'm swearing. Oh, good. Blimey. Now, obviously, is there anything else you need to point out for me before we look at it specifically?
I did write a few tips just for spotting AI writing, because obviously I can't mention like every single word, that it likes to overuse when it should be using something else. But usually it's like long-winded sentences that don't seem to go anywhere. Like words and phrases that look out of place and other words that would have been the obvious choice. Like if it's got lots of US spellings, if it's supposed to be like a UK-based or UK-published article, because ChatGPT is obviously based in the US and so are a lot of other AI. And also out-of-date facts, because like I mentioned, it's not up to date with information from the last couple of years. But I think the more you sort of have to edit things that have been written by AI, you're going to start spotting words. Especially if you get like the readback feature on Microsoft Word to read it back out to you.
Yeah.
And the words start standing out to you then, and you're thinking, this doesn't actually make any sense in this context.
Yeah, it's a fascinating topic, this one. So I've got off to ask you something because start looking at the conclusion to this episode. Where do you think it'll go?
There's still a lot of people using it, and people saying that they actually get like a lot of content from it from prompts, but I've not seen the results, so I can't judge. All I can judge is what I've seen from what AI has written.
Yeah, where do you think it'll go then, Sans, if you know, do factual thing?
I think it's definitely going to take like lots of people's jobs, because like different agencies and companies want to save money and they don't seem to care.
Yeah, I think it's a point because it's I think you're looking at the bigger side of things, aren't they? Like it's predicting, aren't they? They're going to start writing TV scripts using it, aren't they?
Yeah, I had to go at that just to sort of see what it would be like, and it wasn't good.
Exactly, that's why it's like, then it's like, well, you're going to go down that path. There's always been talk going on for years, hasn't it? About using AI to bring Elvis Presley back into films and Marilyn Monroe, the duet film, apparently.
Yeah, that's with the sort of video editing in the deep fakes.
Deep fakes, which is on the same topic, really. So that's how you're using AI to do it, because ChatGPT can do basically, can't it? It can create pictures for you. You said it. What's not to stop the next age student doing films?
It's not ChatGPT. It's something I've not used it myself. I think it's called Journey or something.
It's Journey. So yeah, I know.
Yeah, or Mid Journey or something like that.
I know on these current sites from ChatGPT, if you have the subscription, you can do more stuff like that, can't you?
Yeah, there's like add-ons and things like that you can get, and that might make it better. I can't comment because I've not tried it.
Yeah, but it's what I think it's fascinating and worrying times at the same point, isn't it? That makes sense, doesn't it? So yeah. So I just wanted to bring this episode up today, simulcast really, just to have a general talk about it after Mum's experiences recently. And I thought it's been a fascinating talk, man, hasn't it? So like it was like people wondering, if man does a podcast like this, do you do all the research? You do your research, and how do you feel when you're doing your research for this?
Well, I knew a lot of what I wanted to say. I just needed to bring up examples just to sort of remind myself. And there's so many words, it's like I'll probably go away later and think, oh God, there's another word that's popped up in my editing and that I really hate that you keep choosing.
Exactly. And in the future, we're probably going to come back to it again, talking about the side of things, AI with pictures.
Yeah.
Deep fakes, which is a worrying trend. And then like the film side of it as well, so that'd be episodes.
And on a lighter note, there's a joke on the Facebook groups that I'm on, saying if you're ever going to commit a crime, get like a prosthetic finger as an extra finger on your hand, so when it shows up on CCTV, you can say it's a AI generated imaging and it's not really you because you've got an extra finger.
That's not right. I don't know that. So right, well, with that, people, we can call it quits, Amanda.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Amanda.
Okay.
As I'll do both the things to finish off with then. As Don Callis over at AW Wrestling says, stay safe and stay over. And as Amanda says, that cloaked in the shadow.
Cloaking into the spoken label.
Take care, folks. See you. Bye.
Bye. Cloaked in the shadows.
Spoken, mate.
Cloaked in the shadows.
Spoken, mate.